Chapter 1: Routines and Structure. Let's start with something I constantly practice: the shutdown ritual. It's amazingly simple. When you finish work, just stand up, take 3 deep breaths, and physically close your laptop. Why is this so effective? It's not just a strange habit, but a psychological trigger that signals your brain: work mode off. Next, most people tend to get distracted. We need to implement a strategy known as the 90-minute evening block system. Your brain naturally works in 90-minute cycles of concentration. Instead of viewing the evening as one large, overwhelming amount of free time, we will divide it into what I call power blocks. Chapter 2: Digital Wellness. Let me share an unconventional approach that I call app death. The task: delete one app from your phone every evening. A common question arises: what if I need it tomorrow? That's okay, you can always reinstall it. But remarkably, in 90% of cases, you won't even remember which app you deleted. Another effective approach is what I call screen life separation tactics. The idea is to create physical barriers between you and your screens. For example, try putting the charger in the kitchen, putting the laptop in a drawer, or using a real alarm clock instead of your phone. These may seem like minor changes, but they create what I call a fortress around your evening peace. Chapter 3: Psychological Techniques. Speaking of shifting your mindset, think about what I call the evening debt mindset. Most people consider the evening to be time borrowed from tomorrow. I recommend changing your mindset. Stop thinking that way. Your evening is not a debt you are paying. Think of it as an investment you are making. Every moment of rest actually builds energy reserves for tomorrow. This approach is effective, as is the so-called decision elimination strategy. By evening, your decision-making muscles are literally exhausted. So, what works best? Give up all possible decisions. Lay out tomorrow's clothes, pre-plan your meals, prepare your workspace for the morning. Your future self will be very grateful to you. Chapter 4: Practices of Emotional Intelligence. The evening emotional audit. It gives freedom. Before going to bed, ask yourself 3 simple questions. What energized me today? What drained me? What surprised me? And importantly, don't write essays. A few words are enough. You are not analyzing, but simply acknowledging. The most valuable lesson I learned from my evening emotions is that they are not obstacles to overcome, but messages to decipher. When you start listening to them with curiosity instead of judgment, something incredible happens. They become your most reliable guides to a fulfilling life.
I don't think that you will manage to click on the next video before the time runs out. 3, 2, 1, you lost.